Cenat and Adin Ross have been two of the most recognizable figures in the streaming space for several years, and for a long time their relationship seemed to be one built on mutual respect, consistent collaboration, and shared success. Both had rapidly risen to prominence through different styles of content, yet their overlap in audience and their appearances on each other's streams created a natural alliance. Kai brought high-energy, unpredictable entertainment, often involving elaborate challenges or in-person collaborations with his AMP group, while Adin cultivated a more laid-back but equally engaging environment, often mixing gaming, celebrity interviews, and controversial on-stream discussions. Their interactions would often generate significant attention. Clips of the two together spread across social media, with viewers pointing to the natural chemistry between them as evidence that they were genuine friends off camera. In an industry where relationships are often transactional or short-lived, the consistency of their appearances together led many to see them as part of the same circle of trusted collaborators. The friendship seemed mutually beneficial. Adin tapped into Kai's rapidly growing audience, while Kai reached Adin's established base of loyal viewers. During this period, both creators were riding career highs. Kai became Streamer of the Year in 2023, breaking viewership records and expanding AMP's reach into branded partnerships and large-scale events. Adin continued to pull huge numbers on Twitch and later Kick, positioning himself as a central figure in the ongoing shift of big-name streamers to alternative platforms. The combination of their individual momentum and occasional crossover streams amplified their public image as a streaming power duo. But as often happens in online communities, the same visibility that built their relationship also laid the groundwork for scrutiny. Small gaps between collaborations began to spark speculation among fans. Where they had once appeared on each other's content regularly, weeks could pass without a joint stream or even a public mention. While these gaps were likely the result of busy, separate schedules, some viewers began interpreting them as signs of distance or possible behind-the-scenes disagreements. The early months of 2025 brought more of this speculation. Online threads noted that Kai seemed to be avoiding Adin's content, with a growing chorus of viewers trying to connect dots that may or may not have existed. Streamers like XQC fanned the flames, at one point openly criticizing Kai for allegedly ignoring Adin, describing the situation as awful. Adin himself would eventually respond in a way that added more fuel to the discussion, hinting that he felt let down by Kai. At this stage, there was no confirmed conflict, just a shift in public appearances and tone. Both still spoke about each other with a level of respect, but the absence of their once frequent collaborations left enough space for rumors to take hold. For longtime viewers, the change was noticeable. For casual observers, it was the beginning of what would eventually become one of the most publicized streamer disagreements of the year. The friendship that had once seemed effortless was now the subject of constant analysis, and while no single event had yet defined the rift, the stage was quietly being set for the drama that would follow. By mid-2025, the speculation surrounding Cenat and Adin Ross began moving from quiet curiosity to open discussion within the streaming community. The first major spark came when XQC addressed the situation directly on stream, saying he felt Kai was intentionally ignoring Adin. His comments circulated quickly, being clipped, shared, and dissected on social media. For many viewers, this was the first time a high-profile figure had publicly framed the dynamic as a potential snub, and it added weight to the idea that there was something more going on behind the scenes. Not long after, Adin responded during one of his own streams in a way that made the situation harder to dismiss. He expressed frustration, suggesting that Kai had been acting like a fake friend and implying that their relationship had soured. This moment shifted the conversation from mere fan speculation to something more tangible. While Adin's comments were still vague enough to leave room for interpretation, the tone was noticeably different from the friendly mentions they had exchanged in the past. The story took an unexpected turn when Kai went live to address the growing drama. He made it clear that he still considered Adin a brother, but explained that he had been distancing himself for reasons unrelated to streaming schedules. According to Kai, A late-night phone call with Adin's manager, Tav, had taken an offensive turn, with Kai alleging that Tav had used a racial slur during a discussion about a McDonald's advertisement. Kai claimed the incident made him feel unwelcome within Adin's circle and that the negative energy from parts of Adin's community had further influenced his decision to step back. When reached for comment, Tav denied recalling the exact exchange, but apologized if anything he said had been interpreted as offensive. The explanation did little to quiet the conversation, as fans debated whether the manager's behavior had been intentional, misinterpreted, or exaggerated. Regardless of the truth, the allegation introduced a serious personal dimension to what had previously been seen as a professional rift. Around this same period, a separate controversy emerged that would further complicate the narrative. Adin announced a Survival Island style stream, a concept that some fans claimed was directly inspired by or copied from an idea Kai had discussed publicly in the past. While survival streams were hardly a new concept, the timing of the announcement, combined with the existing tension, made it easy for audiences to frame the move as another point of conflict between the two. The accusation of idea theft spread quickly, even as others argued it was purely coincidental. In spite of all of this, both streamers would make efforts to cool things down. Behind the scenes, they spoke privately, and soon after, Adin publicly stated that the feud was over, assuring viewers that it was no longer Adin versus Kai. Kai echoed the sentiment, telling his audience that the two were on good terms and that there was no active beef. The announcements temporarily reduced the public intensity of the situation, but they did little to erase the lingering skepticism from viewers. Many felt the reconciliation was more about managing public perception than repairing a friendship, pointing to the fact that their collaborative content did not immediately resume. By the close of July, the situation had evolved from quiet rumors into a fully documented timeline of perceived slights, personal allegations, and contested narratives. While both parties were publicly claiming peace, the relationship was now defined as much by what they weren't doing, appearing together, collaborating on streams, as by what they were saying. The next development would come from an unlikely source, and it would push the drama into an entirely new arena. A high-profile charity event led by one of the most influential creators in the world. In August 2025, Mr. Beast's Team Water charity campaign became the unexpected stage for the next chapter in the Cenat Adin Ross story. Adin, streaming with XQC for the event, publicly said he'd donate $400,000 if Kai also contributed. While framed as a challenge for a good cause, it reignited speculation about their strained relationship. Rumors quickly spread that Kai declined to participate because of Adin, prompting Mr. Beast to step in and deny the claim, urging viewers to stop targeting Kai over unverified narratives. The event went on to raise millions, but Kai's absence was noticeable, reinforcing perceptions that the friendship had cooled. Publicly, both still speak positively about each other, yet the lack of collaboration suggests the relationship has shifted from one of regular, easy camaraderie to something more distant, shaped by months of public drama and lingering questions about whether the rift can truly be repaired.